Today we are in New Orleans, Louisiana, and we are speaking with Emelie Guidry. And Emelie, tell everybody what your passion is.
Music. Always has been.
Which, I mean, you were in the perfect place, right? New Orleans, if music is your passion.
Absolutely. You can make a living here.
How did you end up here? Are you from here, or what brought you to New Orleans?
I'm from about 2 hours west. I have to think about it. Lafayette, Louisiana. It's Cajun country. And a friend of a friend told me about this gig that I have now, and I auditioned for it and moved here for it.
Well, you know, I know you're a piano bar singer, right? So tell everybody what that means.
I work at Pat O'Brien's piano bar in the French Quarter, and basically people come up and write their requests on napkins, and I play them all night long.
Which piano bars are so much fun because it's interactive. Everybody, you know, we get to request the songs we want to sing or hear, and we sing along to them. And sometimes, you know, they have dueling pianos. And Pat O'Brien's is one of the most well-known bars in the French Quarter.
It's actually, I want to say the oldest. It's the original piano bar. It just turned 80 a couple years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where did your passion for playing music and singing come? Because you play instruments also. So which instruments? You play the piano, the guitar?
A little clarinet. That was my first instrument in the 5th grade. And as soon as I started learning it and learning how to read music, I just realized this is something that it just comes so naturally to me, and I love doing it. And as I kept doing it, I've always loved to sing. And so it was just something that I could never stop. And it just kept building on itself. I learned guitar when I was 15, and then piano really wasn't something I took up until college, because all music majors are required to learn piano. So it's still amazing to me that this is my job now.
Was it hard for you to say, you know, I want to make this a career? Because the arts in general, I feel like, you know, we're judged and we're sensitive about it, and putting yourself out there, singing and playing an instrument, and in the way you do, interacting with the crowd, I'm asking for my audience too, you know, because there are people who want to get more maybe involved in the arts. And were you sensitive about those things?
Well, I've always been very, as an adult, I've always wanted to pay my bills on time, and so having music as a career was something I've always been wary of, for sure. Yeah.
So that was your biggest fear, was being able to pay the bills. And were you okay with criticism or in feedback, or how?
You know, my parents have always been very supportive. They were also, you know, questioning along the way, how are you going to make ends meet? And so I've always had jobs on the side until now. But that and you know, the nervousness in front of an audience, that's gotten much better over time as well, you know.
Well, I know we hope to come see you tonight when you play. And I asked you before the interview if you would mind, you know, sharing a little something with us. And you said that you do actually have a song that's not super well known, but that you love singing. So would you mind sharing some of that with us?
Sure. This is by Jeff Buckley, an artist who unfortunately passed away in the 90s. But
I happen to remember that.
He was a wonderful, beautiful soul, beautiful voice, one of my main musical influences. And I love this song. It's called Everybody Here Wants You. 29 pearls in your kiss, a singing smile, coffee smell and lilac skin, your flame in me. 29 pearls in your kiss, a singing smile, coffee smell and lilac skin, your flame in me. I'm only here for this moment. I know everybody here wants you. I know everybody here thinks he needs you. And I'll be waiting right here just to show you how our love will blow it all away.
Yay! Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Because I know it's probably, I mean, here we are sitting in your family room, in your home, and I'm saying, hey, you know, pretend like you're at work right now and belt us out a song. Although, I bet this is a comfort zone for you. I bet you do a lot of playing and singing here.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, I absolutely love it. There's no better therapy.
So, what do you think you've learned about yourself stepping into this role as somebody who is out there interacting and singing nightly with the public?
That I'm stronger than I thought. That fake it till you make it for confidence really does work. And one thing I've always struggled with is talking to the audience in between songs. It's still not something I'm most comfortable with, but the more I make myself do it, you know, it becomes a skill, just like anything else. So.
Piano bar etiquette.
Yeah.
Okay, so people put their song that they want on a napkin, but they should also submit it with a tip.
Ideally.
Ideally. And the bigger the tip, the faster your song comes up.
That's true.
Okay. And, you know, you guys don't make a big secret out of that, right? Sometimes there's a competition, all for fun. I mean,
one thing I really like about Pat O'Brien's is we try to keep it classy, and we never really talk about money or ask for money.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, it's just kind of I mean, a lot of people don't know. Sometimes they don't know to tip at all, and they see the other people doing what they're doing and kind of take from that.
So, okay, I told you before the interview, my favorite piano bar request is Boy George, Karma Chameleon. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
I think that's great. I love the 80s. I love that kind of music. It's fun.
It's a fun song, right?
And it's not Piano Man or Brown Eyed Girl. So.
I was just going to say, what are your least favorite songs when people put in Brown Eyed Girl and Piano Man? Well, because you've sang them so many times. I will say, times. I can understand Piano Man because, you know, I used to have a karaoke business and I heard that so many times. But something about singing along to Brown Eyed Girl is, what about Sweet Caroline? Because that one I would like to put off the list.
It gets old. Sometimes I do it 4 times a night or more, but the people get so into it, they get so excited, and I feed off that energy. So
and you're providing that for them,
yeah,
all by yourself.
It's the reward is
it's worth it.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing this?
This particular job, 4.5 years.
Do you see anything else in your singing future? Like, do you have any? Your options are open. That means when you blink, wave your eyelashes for those who.
I mean,
didn't see.
it's still fun to do side projects, you know, with other musicians who play other instruments. You know, the piano thing can get. I love what I do, but it's always fun to bring in other instruments and bands and just do side projects for fun. So I'll always keep doing that.
Do you have the time with this schedule?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for my audience, right, who there are people, and that is the one thing that I truly loved about having a karaoke business was providing the medium for all people to get up and enjoy singing. But some of them were really, really good, and they just never take that next step, right? So what advice do you have for them?
The only way to get over fear is to face your fear and do it. And it's never as scary as it seems. Like, I've messed up on stage so many times. I've coughed in the middle of songs and like not been able to finish the song.
You can't help that.
And I mean, things happen, but especially in a karaoke setting, it's all about having fun. So just do it. But as far as pursuing a career, is that what you're asking?
Right.
Or even just a hobby on the side, do it.
Right. Like just
do it.
Even if you went, and that's the other thing, and maybe you can help me with this. For people who love singing and are good at it and want to start singing, what other places can you recommend? I mean, let's say they want to start smaller. Like some people start at church, right? Is that where you started?
That is where I started.
Okay.
Yeah. I sang in churches for 13, 14 years. And that was a great way to get over stage fright and just get the experience in general of singing with other voices. And, you know, it's a great experience.
So what else do you think they could do?
I had a band for a little while. That's a great, you know, just start a project with one friend, 2, 3 friends, or do a little solo singer-songwriter nights. Those are great.
So it sounds like you went from taking singing as a part-time thing that you enjoyed to a full-time job now.
Yeah.
Really?
I just feel very lucky, honestly.
What is your favorite part about it?
I'm paying my bills playing music.
And how has it enriched your life?
I mean, in every way. I get better at my craft, at my job. I get to do what I love.
That's amazing. Where can people check your music out or contact you online? Do you have some information for us that way?
Facebook.com, Emelie Guidry Music. I spell my name weird, though. It's Emelie Guidry.
Okay, great.
And I have a website, too.
Oh, what's your website?
EmelieGuidry.com.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Of course, thanks for talking to me.
And I talk to you, 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 and we love, and we hate, and we demonstrate. We try to relate. This is my breakthrough. Whoa. Said now, this my breakthrough. Whoa. Oh man, this my breakthrough.